How do you keep your sets fresh when you're playing 3 times a week? Let's talk about that right now. This is Share the Knowledge. I'm DJ TLM, and this is the Share the Knowledge podcast for DJs. So, this question is all about keeping your sets fresh and try not to become repetitive when you have a lot of resident gigs, or at least you play a lot of gigs every week. So, the question is, how do you keep your sets fresh and not repetitive if you play twice or 3 times a week? I sometimes feel like I keep playing the same songs, etc. How do you keep yourself from doing that? I know a lot of DJs, and I've seen and heard a lot of DJs who fall into this trap. And I think for a lot of DJs who play regular in the same spots, it's something that is inevitable to happen to a certain degree. Because let's be honest, you're playing for people. If you're playing in certain spots where certain people come, they will like certain styles of music. Or it might be that the place where you play at has a theme. So you're supposed to play maybe one, two, three styles of music. Whatever the case may be, most likely if you're playing in those same spots, you're playing for the same people, and you play a certain style when you play there. So when you play that style, within that style, you'll have the popular songs, the songs that quote unquote work for that audience. So those songs will most likely come back anytime you play there. Now, if you're playing 2, 3 times a week, yes, at a certain point, it starts to feel like, damn, am I playing this song again? I remember at a certain point when I was doing a lot of double bookings, basically playing 2 times in one night, come from one gig, get over to a different city, do the next gig. At a certain point, I was going through tracks and I couldn't remember if I played it at this party or the last party because I'd see the title and I'd be like, wait, did I play that already? Or did I play that at the last party? Or even if I played the day before, or I played like 3 days in a row, and at the third day, you get confused at a certain point. Like, wait a minute, did I play this already? Because you play it a lot, and you played it at the parties before, but now you don't even know if you played it that day. I know it's easy to fall into that trap. Now, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have enough music, and there's so much music out there. I feel that DJs do underestimate that and tend to stick to a very small list of tracks. And I know they'll have the tracks there that are going to work, but there are more tracks that will work for that same audience if you dig a little deeper. And I feel a lot of DJs don't want to do that. Now, if you start to feel that it's not fresh anymore, then you have to make sure you start to dig a little bit deeper, find more tracks that will fit into that same lane that you're in, that will also work for that crowd, and have them on hand. Next to that, look for maybe remix versions of the songs you normally play so you can give it a little twist. Or if you play a certain song, that you have a couple of routines that you can use for a couple of those songs. So for instance, maybe you have a track that has a sample and you also have that original. At one party, you'll just play that normal version. At the other party, you'll play it, but you start with the original, take that out, and then bring it in. You're still playing the same song, but now you deliver it in a different fashion, which keeps it fresh for you. Look, the audience doesn't really care that much. That's the sad part, basically, because they're not there for your mixing skills and whatever. They want to hear the songs they want to hear. And we've probably all seen this happen when you have 2 or 3 DJs on one night playing the same song. And sometimes you'll have a crowd in there that even at the third time still gives you a reaction like they like it. And you're there like, really? How? It's already been played, but they don't mind, especially if they have a couple of drinks in them. They're perfectly fine with that. So it's not the crowd that's going to be bothered that fast. It's going to be you. It's your personal feeling. So keep that in mind as well. So the trick is to find ways to keep it fresh for you without having to change it up too much for your audience. Now, of course, like I said, finding different songs to play alongside the songs you normally play, that's always a good thing. And there's so much music out there. I remember playing so many gigs where we rocked that party like all night. And at the end of the night, I was like, oh man, I didn't even play this tune, that tune, that tune, that tune, meaning that there was so much more that I could have played, and we were banging them out pretty fast already. So, but like I said, playing music, we used to bring like 3, 4 crates, and I would play a lot with another DJ. So we would have like 7 to 8 crates of music there. So that's plenty of tracks. So we could always go in different directions and go off that crowd as well. Sometimes if I feel like, hey, this crowd can take a little bit more, I might test them and throw in something that I wouldn't normally play there. Something maybe a lot older or something just totally left field, outside of the box, and see what it does. But you have to find ways to keep that fresh for you. You just checked out a video clip from my Share the Knowledge podcast for DJs. For the full episodes, make sure you check out the links in the description box down below. If you like the video, make sure you like the video, share the knowledge. If you want to ask a question for a future episode, you can send me an email, ShareTheKnowledge@djtlm.com. For all my info, check out djtlm.com. If you're new to this channel, DJ TLM TV, make sure you subscribe and activate the notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. That's it for now. I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.